Good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime Agenda. I'm Abbie Jones. The Australian Stock Exchange merger with Singapore is set to form the second largest economy in the Asia Pacific region, just behind China. With me today are economic expert Ed Leeson and economic commentator Isabel Bowrey. Tell me, Ed, what is this whole merger about?
Well, as you said, it's set to create the second largest economy in the APEC region with a $1.9 trillion US market.
So, what will this whole thing mean for the Australian economy?
It means expanding opportunities for Australian investors with both these economies merging together. This will happen through the ASX buying out the Australian Stock Exchange shares, $22 cash and 3.473 new SGX shares for each of the current Australian shares.
Didn't Australian stock shares last trade at around $34? So wouldn't selling them cheaper be a bad thing?
Yeah, they did. But as I said, them selling them cheaper, they are receiving for every one they forfeit, they're receiving 3.473 new shares. And since this has been announced, the stock of the ASX has risen by 25%.
So what do you think caused this sudden rise in share prices?
Well, the merger is going to provide Australian Stock Exchange with access to over 2,700 listed companies from 20 different countries. This gives all sort of new opportunities for trade in Australia.
Can either of you foresee any problems or negatives arising from this merger?
Well, there is going to be significant regulatory hurdles in both Australia and Singapore in terms of government approvals and such. There will also be a lengthy period of shareholder meetings and court proceedings before any merger can be finalised.
Well, this is where both parties have to look and evaluate their economies of scale.
So what are the economies of scale in this situation?
Well, economies of scale are cost advantages that an enterprise obtains due to expansion. It is a long-run concept that refers to reductions in unit costs as the size of the facility and other inputs increase. As we pointed out before, there will be significant market capitalisation with the expansion, especially in the long run. Short-term costs will exist, but looking ahead, the economies of scale should kick in as the merger is finalised and the sheer size of the economy begins to create revenue.
So, in your opinion, Ed, do you think the economy should merge?
Well, I believe there is a lot of positives to be gained in the long run, which would outweigh the initial hurdles of implementing the merge. So, yes, if the predicted figures for growth are in fact correct, I think this could be a very successful venture for both of the economies.
What about the influence of and role of Wayne Swan in this merge?
Well, he is a big determining factor. Even if the heads of both stock exchange wanted this to go ahead, they would still have to seek approval from Wayne Swan, the Australian Securities and Investment Commission, and the Monetary Authority in Singapore must all agree and then give their approval.
Well, unfortunately, that's all we have time for today. Ed, Isabel, thank you for joining us on the panel. Stay tuned for more news after this short break.